time to continue on with the home office setup. I feel like in the last video, things started finally moving towards the end of the video, and I was able to just set everything how I think it's going to be best placed. Today, I'm gonna deal with this back wall. If you watched that last video, and if you didn't, go check it out. I was talking about how I want to make this kind of like a nice display for backdrop for the video, because this is gonna be what you see a lot of on the channel. And then from there, I can use it as storage, so there's a functional aspect behind it. And then I'm gonna, I don't know, put like a table lamp and maybe a picture or some book, like make it look really nice, clean, classy. That's the plan for today. Also, I'm returning the studio display today. I know what you're thinking if you watched that last video. I literally just picked it up less than 2 weeks ago. The day I picked the studio display up was the day that CES was going on, and LG announced their new 6K monitor that is pretty much the direct competition to the studio display. There's nothing wrong with the studio display. I love it. I've been very happy with it in the short amount of time I've had it, but I didn't want to miss out on that return window in the event that when they release this LG display, it's a much better option for the price. If the LG thing doesn't work out, I'll probably honestly buy another studio display, because I have overall been happy with it and it just looks beautiful. Let's get building.
So I actually had the idea to pick up these specific cabinets for probably a solid year, even before I moved here. These are the IKEA Ivar cabinet systems, super cheap. It was like $200 for 2 of these cabinets, and I think they look awesome. Not only that, they were incredibly easy to put together, and they just add a really cool element to this space behind me.
All right, so just a quick update here of where I'm at. Everything is placed here, it looks amazing. I'm thinking the best way to kind of spice this area up is to put some floating shelves up. I added these lights down here, which I think look awesome. I used to have these behind my computer monitors. They're just the Philips Hue play bars, I think, are what they're called. That's gonna add a really cool look, especially when I'm doing like talking head videos here. You can just kind of see it in the background. I'll have to do something cool back here. Obviously, I wanted this to be functional, like using actual, using this for actual storage space, but now it's gonna be a little more of a display, at least on this top shelf. I don't know, I'll figure something out. Maybe some like vintage cameras or something back there. Not sure yet for sure. And then back here, I think I'm gonna reuse this. This was in my old home office. It's just like a magazine book holder. And then I have a few issues of American Cinematographer. If you've seen any of my old desk setup videos, you probably saw these in there before. January 2015, this is the year and month I moved to Los Angeles, kind of like kickstarting my career. This is from August 1993, which is the month and year that I was born. Pretty cool. This is March 2011. 2011 is the year I started doing video. And then this is just like a super old 1939 issue of American Cinematographer. I talked about this in my last video, at least I think it made it into the video. I was trying so hard not to bring anything from my old home office to my new home office. The more I started setting things up in this room, I realized like, oh yeah, that's stupid for me not to reuse some of this stuff, because there's a reason I added these to my space, whether it was like just for the looks of it or functionality or something a little more sentimental like these American Cinematographer issues. So I'm trying to like really pull back from that mindset of not reusing things. Obviously, I want this space to look new and I want it to be kind of like a fresh start in a way, but reusing things is never a bad thing, especially if it's stuff that, you enjoy and stuff that you liked in the old space. It's not just not gonna look good because it's in a new spot. This is definitely going somewhere over here. This is the OG Final Cut Studio, Final Cut 7. Pretty stoked on what just showed up. About 6 weeks ago, I was at a hotel. I was in LA for a shoot and just scrolling Instagram, bored in my hotel room, and came across something that I had come across like a million times over the past year. Finally pulled the trigger. I don't know if it's gonna be as cool as it was on Instagram, but kept getting served these ads from Inked Rugs. This is not sponsored at all. I spent money on this. Pretty much hand makes these rugs that are all American traditional designs, which I think is cool. Obviously, like, all of my tattoos are American traditional. I love the design of it. So I thought, oh, let's put this in the office. It could look pretty awesome. Alright, Thursday morning, I'm working on getting some print orders in, but I went through my Instagram yesterday and kind of went through like some old photos. Some of my favorite photos that I've taken throughout the years. A lot of these photos I wanted to print on a larger scale and I never did. So these are being sent off. I'm hoping that they'll be done in the next like day or so.
While I wait for these photos to print, I'm going to mount my seamless backdrops. These backdrops are going to give me another look and another set to film my YouTube videos in. And once I finish up the cabinets, I feel like this wall is going to be completely done. It's always cool to see photos that you've taken actually printed in a physical form. I'm not sure exactly where all of these photos are going to end up, but if you're curious to see the end result, be sure to subscribe to the channel and follow along for more of these home office setup videos. Alright, the final piece to the puzzle of this cabinet area are the floating shelves. I found these metal floating shelves on Amazon, super cheap, and they look really cool, especially against this white wall. I wanted to use 2 floating shelves on this wall, kind of staggered, just to give it a different look. I ended up putting one of these photos up here for now, and I still have to figure out what to do with the other one, but I think I'll figure that out over time. Once I finished that up and took a step back, I finally saw all of the work that I had put into this area, and I'm pretty excited with how all of this turned out. This is the first time I've looked at this room and really seen how it's all coming together. But I'm gonna end the video right here. I hope you all enjoyed it. If you did, be sure to give it a thumbs up, say hello in the comments, and if you're not already, subscribe to the channel. I will see you all in the next video soon.